So the thing about breakups is, especially those that don't end well, where it's kind of a blow-up scenario and things just go south fast, and then you're saying things and doing things that you maybe don't want to say or do, but in the moment you're so heated and you do it and you just fuck it all, and you know, you leave, and then a little bit of time passes, months, maybe a few years, and you realize you still have a lot of resentment and you still have a lot of blame and you still have a lot of anger towards this point you were in a relationship with. I have a situation or experience in myself that very much relates to that, of like a breakup of a relationship that I had for many, many years with many people. And the experience is like, when I look at it now, it's like I still have a bad taste in my mouth from that relationship, how I existed within it. And this is the big point I want to encourage myself and others to look at when you're coming out of a relationship that just was not what you wanted it to be. Your responsibility within it, in terms of, it's so easy to say this person is like this and this person did that and this person did that, and that could all be valid, but you decided to be there and you decided to participate and you decided to go along with it, and so you're responsible to that. You're not a victim. It wasn't something that was done to you alone. You had to allow it to happen to you. And this is not to, you know, shame people who are like in really shitty situations and fucked up shit happen to you. This is more of those that are able to, with a relatively stable mind, reflect on who they are and find it in themselves to take responsibility for things not going as you planned. And you know, for me too, it was like coming out of the relationship. I didn't realize how fucked up the relationship was, but how I could see how much I was sustaining it. It was me. It, in fact, came from me. It was my choice to create it and to participate and to live with it for as long as I did. And it's like, if you can find that point of responsibility, it makes the recovery process much easier in terms of finding that forgiveness, that understanding, and that grace for all parties involved, that, you know what, we were in this relationship together and I didn't like who I was, and that's why things ended, and that's why I had to leave, and that's why I have to no longer participate, because I am not that person and I don't want to exist as that person, and I can't exist and participate in the ways that we were. Yeah, and so I ended it, but it's like important for me to just reflect and see that, like, that was my choice. That was all me. No one's to blame. It wasn't this point that was the cause of the relationship, or like for me, like processing that point of feeling like something was done to me, or I was forced to be somewhere, or I was like trapped in something. I mean, that was within myself. That was something I was doing to myself because I didn't see who I was. And it was specific, and I'm grateful for it because it did bring so many blessings and gifts, and ultimately my freedom and my self-awareness. But it was a hard process to walk and to wake up from and to realize and walk away from, because, I mean, I'll say this, you really know what you want and who you are when you live something you don't want and who you're not. So, you know, send a little love to the contrast of life and the struggling relationships and the hard times, because they really help us strengthen these points within ourselves. So just wanted to share that impromptu little points. So hope you're all well. Thanks for listening and walking with. See you next time.